Devel, obviously that project is very, 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 very useful. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to see exactly what Drupal is bringing to the surface of the node or the page. And Google, seriously, like, I can't tell you how many times where someone sat across me and said, you need to Google that. You'll get what the information you're looking for probably at the top, because it is so specific. And I think Jeff mentioned Stack Overflow. They actually have some really good information on there. Also, look for people who do Drupal theming. They constantly blog about solutions that they've found or created to solve problems, and those are vastly, vastly important. It's important to show love also. Like, these people are pretty responsible for helping me over the transition of doing flat and basic PHP templating to Drupal theming. This great book by Emma Jane Hodgman is totally worth picking up. Some of the GBS people are here, and Al Steffen, who I used to work with. This other presentation by Brian Chalk is a lot of things I gleaned from that. And the reason is his demonstration, I didn't know have enough time to do this, but he basically took a simple design, broke it out into its elements, and created a template in about an hour and a half. And it was good to watch because you can see the deconstruction process of, I've got these wrappers in what I've already created, and now I just need to swap out variables for the things that are going to be dynamic, like what my page titles are and my content. And also, a lot of my cohorts at 4K have done an immense service of teaching me how to better do things or how to do things a certain way. Another important thing to remember is that a lot of themers, I kind of feel like, develop their own way of going about things. There are standards, and it's important to research them and understand them, but sometimes the easiest solution is the best one, and you don't have to really rack your brain over it. Often I've found that there's a module that will do that for me, like image menu or something like that, where I'm trying to do something very complicated, and I shouldn't be, because someone's already done the development work for me. Now I can just make it look pretty, and I don't have to think. So yeah, that's the basic stuff. Any questions?
Go back to the previous page.
I have one.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that reset CSS. What does that do?
Okay, so the question was about reset CSS. So I use 960 Grid, or 960.gs is a grid system for theming, and there's a great file that was a collaboration between Nathan and a couple other developers that basically resets all of the elements, HTML elements, to 0. So you're not going to have default padding, margin, sizes for, or I should say padding and margin, really spatially elements in your block. So like your H1s aren't going to have any positional elements. So I use that because I don't want any element that gets introduced that I haven't already thought of in my style sheet to throw my design out of whack. So that's important, yeah.
So where did you put that as the reset?
Oh, that's actually quite at the beginning. I put it in the actual theme. It's, well, I think it's not in that theme, but it's declared here, even though it doesn't exist there. And you can get it. I believe there's a 960 project on D.O, and they have the reset there. They also have really, really handy function for setting up all of your spacing in 960. Does that answer your question? Okay. Anything else? Yes?
Sometimes I see where you're supposed to make a module instead of use a template pre-process, and I'm confused about when you should make modules instead of use templates.
Okay, so the question is, there's some confusion over when you're supposed to use modules and when you can use something like pre-process to accomplish a task. I'm confused about it too, and I think part of the problem is that they toe kind of a very close line, and there are some things that you, like, for a good example of something you should do in a module is if there's a function or a module that you're looking to override, like the search form, it would be easier for you if you wanted to change things about the search form, like how the button text looks and stuff like that. If you wrote your own custom module to override that, then it would be to attempt to, I don't know, use CSS or jQuery to overwrite those elements. But Mr. Tucker probably has a good, I'm going to point to him so you can talk to him. He probably has a better answer than I do, but I feel there is sort of like a gray line where I'm not sure, should I do this in a module or not? And for the most part, I would attribute it to, if it's something that's complex and involves functional output on the site, dump it in the module. If it's aesthetic only, try to keep it in template.php. Don't put it in your templates, that's bad. Oh, that is a rule. Yeah, don't try to keep logic out of your templates. That's kind of the goal of having your preprocessor, is so that you don't put all the if else and your declaration of all your variables in your templates. You want those put off in the corner. Any other questions? No. Okay, that's it.